I want to talk to you a little bit about CES and the mobility technology trends I observed while we were there for the 3 days. It's very clear that ADAS and autonomous driving sensing technologies continues to evolve, and LiDAR continues to be in the front of those sensing technologies. At the same time, I sense that LiDAR maybe slowly but surely is coming more into a product or commercial side and less on advanced developments and somewhat, maybe in some cases, pie-in-the-sky technologies. I think it's real now. There's a lot of companies out there with now solid products that are ready for automotive applications, and that's really something that's impressive from when you compare it to maybe 2 or 3 years ago even. I think electrification has been a bigger part of CES than it's ever been before. I think in years past, a lot of autonomous and also ADAS technology in the mobility sector were shown, but today, electrification seems to have taken over with lots of new vehicles, as well as battery technologies, e-motor technologies, inverter technologies. A lot of different things were shown that really surprised me to some degree. I think autonomous technologies also, when you look at the announcements that were made and the companies that were there, continue to attract a lot of different investments. We have John Deere there that showed an autonomous truck, actually tractor, and many other companies that showed autonomous vehicles. While autonomous vehicles, though, not necessarily focused anymore on personal delivery or people delivery, but more on autonomous delivery, vans and trucks, really has taken over the main focus at CES this year. Automation continues to be a big thing. Automation not only in the mobility space, but every place I went to at CES, even outside of the mobility space and mobility areas, automation in our daily lives, automation, how it helps clean the house, automation, how it in some cases help us find clothes, automations on how to make food, automations on how we're entertained, just automation through and through everywhere. It makes you wonder, with all this automation coming into the space, are we running into another chip shortage? Not because the issues we're having as it is today, with factory closing and factories only slowly coming back up and trying to catch up with the huge demand, but just because automation is even absorbing even more chips and we need even more factories, etc. So it'll be interesting to see. And again, more EV companies. I mentioned just a little bit ago, I see EV companies coming up everywhere. We had VinFast, the Vietnamese company, making a big announcement and a big splash, I think, with their 4 or 5 different vehicles that they presented at CES this year and are planning to start selling at the end of this year, 2022. So very impressive. Other companies, again, either virtually or at the show there, showed many different EV versions and EV technologies coming out. So that was very impressive. I think generally speaking, technology moves ahead faster and faster. First time I went to CES was probably 10, maybe even 15 years ago. And when I see or when I look at how technology evolved from one CES to the next, it is amazing how fast it has accelerated over the last 3 to 4 years and how fast I think it's going to accelerate even going into the future. So it's exciting to see. It's certainly a very exciting place to be in the mobility space and watching how technology evolves and watching also how we evolve as suppliers and contributors to this major push forward in the next few years.